All right, American fans, admit right now you were freaking out the second Finland scored first. You know you were, but then it became a butt whooping. We'll break this one on down. We'll maybe get into some North American smack talk. And hey, Kasper Halttunen might be good right now on Four Nations After Dark here on Teal Town, USA. Good evening, everyone. It is February 13th, 2025. USA dominates after a shaky start, winning 6-1 over former Shark Mikkel Granlund and Team Finland. We welcome you to Four Nations After Dark, your live interactive Four Nations post-game show. We're going to do this throughout the entire tournament. So if you want to be part of the show, chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world. And yes, of course, in Sharks territory. You can always follow us on the social. I am gifting on Twitter, Blue Sky, Pink Sky, and Threads. So be on the lookout for that. And you can find everything at tealtownusa.com. And if you want to support the pod, please, it helps keep the lights on. Do that through Venmo at Teal Town USA, or if you were watching us live right now, you can do so in a super chat donation as well. And if you're watching us on the replay, leave a comment down below and hit a like button on the way out the door. I am joined by Jules.
Hello. Oh, wow, that was loud. Hi, howdy. What's up, people? We won. Let's go. Canada, you're going to lose. All right.
And someone who is excited for Saturday because he gets to watch it on TV. We don't down here in the Bay Area. It's Mr. Ian Reed.
Yeah, I mean, just for that, you guys should lose just based on that alone. I mean, you can't even watch it across your country. Like,
it's just us. It's just us.
It's just you.
We're gonna have. Actually, it's a long running tradition for the Chinese New Year parade. So I am very excited for that. And it'll be good and stuff. I just wish they put it on another channel. Okay, rant over. Anyways,
my background.
Like, so there's got to like you're telling me there's no way like you guys have to like
we'll have to stream
the seas, or
yes,
it's like can you stream it legally?
We can stream it legally on ESPN.
Oh, well. Stop your whining.
Oh, okay.
He says that we'll see what happens.
Look at listen. I mean, it's good they had to put this game on Saturday because otherwise, like there'd be no work, let alone grades.
Oh man, right?
I feel like my background should just be a U.S. flag at this point.
Oh my god,
the Sharks background.
I didn't even come here to shit talk. I came here to talk about.
No, we expect shit talk, Ian. Fully shit talk for at this point. I need something to keep me conscious and awake for this.
But I mean,
I came to talk about the game, and like I'm on the defensive here. I don't.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But at 7.5 minutes in, you see Henry Yokiharu score a nice tip assist from former Shark Mikkel Granlund. But Jules, I'll start with you first. I was like thinking, okay, these guys need a wake-up call. What the heck is going on here? This was supposed to be a dominant victory and everything.
Yeah, I was honestly like, is this a trap game? Is like Finland gonna somehow win this like 3-1 in like a weird grindy game where we're all gonna fall asleep by the end of it? No, I thought the Finns started out well, and then US woke up and was like, they put the almighty Kachucks together with Eichel, and look what happened. Thank you, Ian Reed.
Well, look at I wanted the Kachucks with JT Miller for the ultimate, just like fuck you, fuck your day, like fuck everything, like fuck your universe line. But putting it with Jack Eichel was actually really smart. Jack Eichel is so fucking good. And I hate to say that, man. I know people are going to be so mad. Yesterday, I'm cheering for Mark Stone goals. Today, I'm going to talk about the virtues of Jack Eichel. I'm going to lose my Sharks fan thing here. I don't know, man. Like I think I wasn't surprised by the start of the game because I think that's kind of the game that the Finns play. Like they always
Right.
kind of play the same system. They always kind of play this game where they kind of rope it up with you, and then they'll lull you to sleep and then they'll strike. Um, so I wasn't really like I think the Finns started playing their game plan really well, I think, and then obviously the US made adjustments. I think putting the Kachucks together was I was surprised it took this long. Like I figured they would absolutely be together against Canada because those guys are such fucking menaces to play against. And I don't like I think and that's why I like putting him with a guy like Jack Eichel because I think what sometimes like the Kachucks can get a little frisky. And they might go and maybe make a hit where they shouldn't. And Jack Eichel's the perfect guy to kind of have on that line to be like, oh, we got to make sure that no one's going the other way. Because I think Jack Eichel, um, he's so like when you look at like the way he plays and the way that they use him in Vegas, like he's a guy that should be. I think he should be a perennial Selke guy at this point because he plays like when you look at the way that Vegas deploys him, he plays all the toughest minutes for them. He's on the penalty kill, he's on the power like he does everything there. So I think having Jack Eichel on that line is really good because I think it really gives the Kachucks just free reign to kind of be crazy and they know that Jack Eichel's kind of back there making sure that nothing goes terribly wrong the other way.
Right. No, it's nice to have a nice balance. A touch of scoring, as we saw. You have a little bit of a thump to it, but they can play both ends. As we've heard many times from coming from the Sharks locker room, they play the game the right way.
They do.
Oh my gosh. So
I love like I understand why they can probably be creating, but like I love the Kachuk brothers. Like I love the way they play. They do. They quote unquote play the right way.
It's
tough. Sharks. We go back to the say. Okay.
Well, and I mean, and this is kind of the fun part about the tournament, and I'm not trying to do that clip yet. Doggone it, we have clips. We have plenty of clips.
We have all the clips. People keep watching for the clips.
Or not because we don't want to get caught. But I know, right? We're risking it, but hey, NHL loves us. But yeah, they just find a way to get it done. I was a little concerned because you heard a lot of it, especially on our side for pregame. They're like, well, Connor Hellebuck's been a great goalie. He's won all the Vezinas, but he can't win playoff series to save his life except for 2018. And it's like, I get that, but it's like after you see that first one from Yokoharu go in, and he kind of settled down afterwards. So that was nice to see.
Yeah. I that's the thing. Like there's so many storylines going into this thing because it's a short tournament. Like as we know, it's a round robin, and then the teams with the most points are gonna play for whatever the championship, the cup. Is it a cup?
It's a trophy, gold medals.
Oh man, yeah. I've seen there's a trophy. I've seen it. We lost.
Yeah, that's Jules. She's playing with her camera. She'll be back shortly. Don't worry, fans of Jules. We know how
Yeah.
I hate that I have Saturday night plans. I may develop flu-like symptoms. Hey, at least they were smart to not plan this game on Valentine's Day. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's true. I mean, it's I'm married. I've been married for a long time now, so I could get away with it. I'd be like, yeah, watching hockey. That's just the way it is.
Of course. I do want to give love. Jules is back. To Mikhail Granlund.
Oh yes. Real quick about Mikhail Granlund. The guy is amazing. I just want to say that I love Mikhail Granlund. I know Ian was giving love to Jack Eichel, but I'm gonna give love to Mikhail Granlund. There was like talk that the players aren't going to care about this tournament. I think we quickly discovered that the players.
Uh-oh. Did we lose her? Oh,
she muted herself.
Oh, jeez. She muted herself. Okay, she's having trouble. Sorry, gang. But here the thing is that I think to finish off the point that she was making was kind of what I was going to say too, is that they weren't going to care about it. Well, look at why we're saying that. Mikkel Granlund's going down the block of a Zach Rorensky slapper, and it's one of the things we're going to miss most about Granlund is that he wasn't just a great goal and point scorer for the Sharks. He was also a really solid all-around player too.
Yeah, it's Mikkel. I mean, Mikkel Granlund. Like, I'm gonna miss Mikkel Granlund because I think he was so important, not just for the points he put up, which he did put up a lot of points in San Jose, but like I think the mentorship that he offered to guys like Fabian Zetterlund and William Eklund and some of the other younger guys, I think is really invaluable. It sucks, like, because we talked about this yesterday about the Finns. Like this Finn team was, I think, even at their full power, I still think they were the fourth team in this tournament. And they've been they had a lot of injuries pop up before the tournament started. And I think that's kind of depleted their reserves. I'm still looking forward to the game that they play on Saturday against Sweden, because I think whenever those two teams get together, it's magic. I understand why that's the early game, but
yeah.
But I'm really like I'm looking forward to that as much as anything else, because I think they're just great.
Yeah, it's gonna be
when they do. Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge game for Finland and Sweden because the loser is essentially out.
That too.
Depending on
there's
how
a lot
how
on the
it
line there.
results.
Yeah.
And if Sweden were to win in regulation too, that puts a lot of pressure on Canada to get it done too. So we'll see.
The point system, like, again, with the round robin with the point system, I think is going to keep this thing pretty fascinating, because if you, because you're right, like it's very easy to just completely fall out of this game. Like, if the Finns lose again, especially in regulation, there's no way they get back into this.
Right.
And that's that's unfortunate for them. But but it is funny though, because like obviously if there's so many different scenarios where it's like, I don't know how, you know what I mean? Like, unless like a team, like if the Americans after tonight and they just continue to roll, it'll be interesting to see who can get that second feed, because they're going to have to beat everyone. Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how
they were
goes.
saying that they should have played Kaapo Kakko. I think if Kaapo Kakko got traded earlier than he did, like, because I think he's been really good on Seattle. I think then he probably would have been. I think he would have at least been in contention for the team. But I think based on the season he had to start with the Rangers, which wasn't terrible, but it wasn't. I don't blame the Finland brass for not putting him on.
No, it's tough, but you make a good point. If he had gotten to Seattle earlier, where he's been on a strong run for the team, it would have been nice to see for sure.
Yeah. Oh, is he on the is he on the team? Is he just scratched? I don't remember.
He was just scratched.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
he's on the team. He was just
there
today. Yeah.
But he's just scratched. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard. Again, I think I think if you look at some of the guys that he would be very similar to also, though, like, I don't know if I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, definitely some questions that need to be answered for Finland, because after Tkachuk made it 1-1, we were in a quiet stretch throughout the second period until the Minnesota Wild connection comes through with Faber and Boldy looking like Burns and Pavelski. I mean, this is like literally Burns and Pavelski right here. It's just crazy there. And, that was eventually the game-winning goal to put things away for the Americans, but of course they wouldn't do anything that crazy because they would score like 2 goals in the first minute of the third period, not the least of which San Ramon native Austin Matthews with an assist to Jake Gensel. Yes, I'm going to be on that thing all tournament long. That's San Ramon native Austin Matthews. I'm just putting it out there, but a crazy, Ian's shaking his head already. He's like, "Oh God." But a 4-goal third period, Jules. That I don't know what was said in the dressing room, whether it was Sullivan, Tortorella, former Sharks head coach David
It's
Quinn.
always Torts. It's always Torts. Just always blame Torts. No, I mean, it reminded me of the Stars game versus the Sharks. And yes, I somehow made this about the Sharks, but it was like, the Stars woke up and were like, we're the better team and we're going to beat you. Also that Finn's blue line is, oh lordy. So I'm not surprised US was just piling on there. They woke up and realized that they're the way better team here. And
I think they made adjustments too, right? Like,
they also made
they made adjustments. So things like, it's hard because these tournaments, like you get so little. You get a couple of practices, and then and especially I think with the lack of best on best, a lot of these guys haven't played together since like the World Juniors, or they haven't played at all because of age differences or whatnot, right? So I think it's fascinating in that respect that it you don't have a lot of time to get guys to click.
Yeah.
Right. And it's tough to do it, especially in a tournament this quick. I mean, let's be honest, it's a week long. It's just stretched out over 2 weeks to kind of have that chemistry. So it's kind of like you got to pick and choose and go really quickly to get things finished up here, and develop a chemistry of some sort. I mean, just try to latch onto it as quickly as you can. So, Felix with quotes. Nice. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you as always. Eichel on playing with the Kachuk brothers. The two of them worked really hard. They get to the net. They're pretty easy to play with. Okay. Well, see, they didn't even need chemistry. Apparently, they just
play the right way.
They do play the right way. They really do, though. Like I know how cliche that is, but they really do. Like,
Ian, do you play the right way in hockey?
No.
Penalties galore, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. From Matt Boldy, everyone's so skilled, has the ability to make plays. For us to be able to simplify and get pucks in the net, we kind of settled down and then got going.
Matt Boldy is so good. The Wild are.
I think, but it's true though. I think like you could see after the first period, like they did. I think they did kind of simplify things a little bit, and I think they. What they're not going to get a lot of credit for is I think the Americans defended really well too. I don't really feel like Connor Hellebuyck had to work all that hard tonight. He probably wants the goal that went in against him back for sure. But other than that, I don't think he had to work particularly hard tonight. I thought the U.S. did a really good job of keeping a lot of those shots to the perimeter. Like there was a few in tight plays, but I thought that the Americans defended well, and that'll obviously in a 6-1 win, that'll probably get lost.
I mean, with that blue line, I'd be kind of concerned if they didn't defend well.
But you see that in these international tournaments all the time.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
right.
The U.S. the U.S. has one of the best blue lines in this tournament, so I'm not super surprised. We'll see how they hold up against Canada. That's gonna be the real test.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one for sure. Werenski on the Chikuk brothers, two big boys with a lot of skill, play hard, play the right way. What? Okay, do they get taught this play the right way thing when they're in the rookies? Jeez.
Everyone knows how to play the right way. It's universal speak.
Oh my gosh.
You say it and people know what you're talking about.
Play
the right way. Infer.
I don't play the right way, apparently, then. All right, cool. Apologies, bash hockey, I guess.
What are you playing?
No, and then like I don't. What's the right way of playing? I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
have you
is there
tried murdering a person?
Okay. I'm just saying we say that like everyone says that, but like I'm assuming it's just hard on forecheck, good defensively, get to the net, eh?
Right.
The Sharks do not know how to play the right way.
No, the Sharks don't. So it's not Sharks hockey. Okay. Anyways, I've derailed.
But no, this is a great point because I wanted to talk about this. You know, we've heard the playing the right way and how things, even for a team that's gotten together barely over a week ago, you know, you look at how McAvoy gets cross-checked by Armia.
Yeah, and I was just
And
gonna bring this up too.
and just how the Kachucks go after him. I mean, that's Florida versus Boston in the NHL. And they're sticking up for their teammates and everything. And it's like you got to find a way to be together as a team. And again, it was like not even a week old that this team really got together. But what are some things that the kids, well, I would say even the entire roster and coaching staff can learn from maybe just tonight alone, but over the 2 days between what Canada and the US did?
They would learn that good teams with good players do good things.
Wow, Ian.
What do you want me to say? What can the Sharks learn? I don't know, that their roster's putrid outside of a handful of guys and they need more.
That
Like,
Igor Chernyshov's good at hockey. That's what the Sharks have learned over the last
like,
week.
what are they like? You know what I mean, though? Like, I mean, what can they learn from this? Like, I don't to be better hockey, have better hockey players. Like, this Team USA team is stacked. Team Canada is stacked. No one's like, I don't know, man.
But the potential that the Sharks have, and I
Sure.
guess this is what I'm going to say, potential that the Sharks have,
Mhm.
they could go out there and kick somebody's ass. It's just a matter of having them do it and playing the little things. That's why I mentioned like the Granlund block, you know, and Team USA did a lot of that tonight as well.
Sure.
Same thing with the USA. They don't give up on, you know, Canada didn't give up on a play. Like in the essence where Sidney Crosby, you know, kind of does a little drop pass, but he knows that somebody's there to take it. They're not blindly drop passing it. And then, you know, Utah or somebody comes in shorthanded to score on, you know, Georgiev.
But that's,
But
I mean, but
Sharks
that's
don't
the
have good
difference, right?
players.
Like, Macklin Celebrini is passing it back to Mario Ferraro. Sidney Crosby's
Hey, I
passing it back to
understand.
Cale Makar. One of these things is not like the other.
I'm just saying that, you know,
I
I'm not
get-
trying to make it sound like that, but just the little nuances would be helpful. So
I think our conclusion here is the Sharks don't play the right way. But my question still
They don't have
stands.
the
What the fuck
horses.
is the right way? Because like the NHL says this all the time, and like sure, in my head I get it, but I feel like every player is gonna have a different definition of it. Maybe I don't know. I'm just saying it's a little like, you know, we always say play the right way, play the right way, play the right way, but like Connor McDavid's play the right way is different than you know, Mario Ferraro's play the right way. Like
though I get you.
no,
California
you will
cruising.
die California cruising. So I'm about to say it like
It's
5 more times.
mentioned.
Yes.
Everyone
It's like the
who's a
new
hockey
Desert
player.
Dogs.
It is
Yeah,
the new
everyone who's
desert
a
dog.
hockey player, play the right way and then you'll
Oh my
make it, you know?
Oh my God,
Cheers.
Jules.
I look at Marty said it earlier in the chat, and it's like it's the highest, like, when a Canadian says like to another country's player that they play the right way, that's the highest order of compliment that I can give a guy. It's true. Like, I love the Kachucks because, like, for me, like, you want to talk about like the Kachucks specifically. I mean, they're such an in-your-face team. Like, you showed how, like, you know, it wasn't the McAvoy hit wasn't dirty, but they didn't, you know, no one skated by and just let it fly. I
Right.
think you see that a lot in, you know, if you want to bring it back to the Sharks, like, how many times have we seen Celebrini get run and everyone kind of just stands there and like, well, that was unfortunate,
Right.
like the you know, like it's not even just that though, right? It's not even just like the tenaciousness of it. It's the fact that they're just in your face and they're always going. Like, those guys always go.
Right.
Those guys never take a shift off.
No, and that's the big thing. Doing whatever it takes to get the job done, whether it's
My
ground and
only
blocking a
issue
shot
with
or
the-
chipping a puck out or whatever. Go ahead.
Sorry, that was completely on me. My only issue with the Kachucks is they don't know how to wear a mouth guard properly.
Yeah, it defeats the whole purpose. Yeah.
Like, why wear a mouth guard if you're just going to chew on it? Doesn't that defeat the purpose of a mouth? Like, if you want to play the right way, wear your mouth guard the right fucking way.
No. See, because otherwise you're chewing gum, and then someone hits you, and then you choke on your gum, and then you die on the ice because you're choking on gum. No, you're never going to choke on a mouth guard.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying that. What's the point of wearing a mouth guard? Just like
because the alternative is
It's a
chewing
chew
gum,
toy?
and then you will.
Marty.
It's a
Yeah,
chew toy. Well, at this point it is, because the amount I've seen them, like the camera will pan to them and they're just chewing on their mouth guard. Anyway, that's my only problem with the Kachucks. Honestly, I'm gonna give a shout out here. Tiger had a dream that the Sharks traded for both Kachucks, and I wouldn't mind that. I would love having Matthew or Brady on the Kachucks. On the Sharks. On the Sharks. If y'all can't tell, Jules is a little sleep deprived today.
Oh
So.
boy. Felix saying, "Ask Steph Curry." Jules.
I have
Oh,
to listen. I love Steph Curry. He's a great player, but wear your fucking mouth guard. It defeats the purpose of it. If you want to go buy a chew toy, go buy a fucking chew toy. Anyways.
Oh my gosh. Ruben, the Chucks wouldn't last a night in jail. They chew through the bars. So
Honestly, they would.
oh my god. Dave, the point is that you have to have one on your body for the game.
That's true.
Oh boy.
Does Steph Curry play the right way? I assume so. I don't watch basketball.
Steph Curry. Well, okay. So here's the thing. What the fuck is the right way?
Oh, not again. Oh my god. She's so sleep deprived. It's incredible. Oh man. I'm glad the game is not till 5:00 and we're sleeping in. Let's just say that. Okay.
We're sleeping until what? Sorry. Okay, never mind. Keep going.
It's Saturday. Oh my god.
Saturday? No.
It's on.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I got it. I'm tired, boys. Keep it going.
Oh, and we've derailed. Okay, so more of the story. Oh, what?
Her durability to sleep.
There you
I
go.
haven't played
Hey,
the right way in a while now. It's fair.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna have a fucking mouth guard, like buy a chew toy instead, and just have hockey players go out.
We
with,
have to have
squeaky-
mouth guard. It's
No.
like
have the hockey players go out with squeaky ass chew toys. You know what I mean? You know, like every time they like chew on it, it just squeaks. That way, like, you know, it'll confuse opposing players. That's how you play the right way, folks.
the worst part is if they were to squeak and then the opponents go. "Roo!"
Oh
You
no,
know,
you
then
know
the-
those like chickens?
Oh boy.
Just like many of those like squeaky chickens instead of mouth guards. I mean, you don't even use the mouth guard. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Keep going.
So Team USA
Ian's
wins
looking at me
6-1.
so disappointed right
6-1 over Finland. It sets up the epic matchup between Team USA and Canada on Saturday. So look again at the schedule here. So it's a doubleheader on Saturday, Finland and Sweden. That's at 10 a.m. And then USA Canada is at 5 p.m. We encourage you to join us at 4:30 here on the YouTube channel when we do our watch along party. I think it's going to be fun. We're working on trying to get some people to join us besides the three
I'm
of us.
annoying the shit out of some people right now, guys. You don't understand.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a watch along. It's gonna be great. This is not gonna be a
awesome.
repeat of the World Juniors where I'm gonna look completely depressed the whole time.
World Juniors
Hey,
or
we
the
even
Winter
watched the
Classic.
Sharks game. That was worse. They lost 4-0 against the Flyers, and then we had to do that stupid. What was it? The Winter Classic we did.
And then the Winter Classic
Which
was
also
just an
sucked.
absolute awful.
Like they both were just awful. So hopefully this is more entertaining.
We're getting a better game, gang. All right, let's just be honest. We're getting a better game.
I
Honestly,
think
you
this is gonna be
guys
fun. I'm looking forward to this.
send super chats for Ian and Puckguy because they have to put up with me for like 6 hours on Saturday.
Oh, 6 hours. Is this thing going to go into like a 15-round
Dude,
shootout?
I am picturing like a 12-round shootout to end that game naturally.
12-round shootout. I don't think 10 minutes over 10 minutes to 3-on-3. Like this is what I like about this thing, man. Like the 10 minutes of 3-on-3 is fantastic. 3-point games are fantastic. I know I said this yesterday or whatever it was. It was yesterday.
Mhm.
Like I hate how the NHL like you invent a point when the game hits to overtime. Like all games should be worth 3 points or no game should be worth 3 points. It's that simple.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. Yeah, and I agree with the 3-point system, but you know, we're buried in our traditions of what's left of some of them. I mean, we have a loser point for crying out loud. Let's be honest here.
That's fine, yeah, but the loser point's fine because
Well-
even in this you have a loser point because you have 3 points for regulation win, 2 points for a win in overtime, and a loser point.
Well, yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying that we've gone away from what used to be ties, and then it was an overtime, loss. You know, all that stuff. You know.
Did you guys see the quote? I think you may have talked about it last pod about McKinnon not liking the 10-minute overtime. Do you guys think they should apply 10-minute overtime to NHL to reduce?
They should do everything in their power to get rid of the shootout.
Yep.
No, okay, yeah, because I was curious if you guys saw that quote. Like McKinnon kind of hated it. So like.
Yeah, because he had to play the whole thing. Like for him, it sucks. Like, and that's why it's great. But it's also why it's great, right? Because like it's gonna tired people do dumb things.
Right. It would be an endurance test. Be honest.
I feel for the players, y'all.
Yeah, I Tortorella had a right. Make them play until they die.
Yeah. If Tortorella had a right, there'd be no Michigans or cool things happening. So
well, yeah, of course. Too. From Pierre Lebrun, Finland head coach Antti Pennanen. Thank you. On his team playing well the first 2 periods, and then I don't know what happened after that.
Ryan Rosowski's long lost Finnish brother.
Yes, I was just gonna say it. Oh man, that was funny. Yeah, and Deborah did. Didn't McDavid say no one wants to see this go to a shootout? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he did. Well, because shootouts suck. Like I mean, like they are kind of god awful. Like especially when you're like ending an exciting game, and then it's like, oh yes, Vinny Trocheck is going to decide this in a shootout. Oh yes.
I just don't like it because it's like you don't win the shootout as a team and you don't lose it as a team. The goalie wins it or the shooter wins it. I don't know.
No, I get
that. I mean, here's my question to you. 10-minute overtime. I think we're all in agreement for that.
Yeah, fucking nice.
You ended
3-on-3 until they die.
Do you end it at a tie, or do you go to a shootout after that, though?
No, I think it's 3-on-3 until you die. The World Juniors has it right for the gold medal game because they just like it's 20 minutes. They'll just do 20-minute periods and it's 3-on-3.
Really?
Yeah. Only for the gold medal game. So obviously with the multiple games a day, you can't have like a
right. No, of course.
But in a medal game, yeah, 3-on-3 till you die.
Ooh.
Literally. 3-on-3 till you die. 20-minute 3-on-3 periods until someone scores. It is the best.
I mean, obviously. Okay, well, let me ask you: has there ever been like multi-overtime games in those when it's done to 3-on-3?
I don't think this recent thing, and I don't believe so.
Okay,
I could be wrong. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't believe so. But yeah. Then goalie on goalie.
That's right. Oh, we're in trouble if it's Askarov in net. Then.
Oh my God, Askarov's gonna give me strokes in net. Jesus Christ.
Oh boy. All right. So we got one more quote and then we'll move on before
about Kasper.
We'll get there. Thanks, Felix. Matt Boley on teaming up with Faber on the game winner. After Eriksson, Ek, and Brodin scored yesterday and Gustafsson played so well, we couldn't let them one up us.
Yeah, nice. I love it.
That's
Matt Boldy is going to be a very good player. Before everything died, for me, I just was going to say Boldy. Boy, the Wild once they're out of the cap hell are going to be a problem. with Boldy, Cappy, and then some of the other very good drafting, Rossi, some of their young guns who are also lighting it up, Riley Height. They're going to be a problem. Like everyone's worried about the Ducks when the Sharks are good again. I am worried about the Ducks, but I'm very worried about that Wild team because they are a problem.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, and Tiger, Zeev Bouillon too. Yep.
Thank you, Bouillon. Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah,
Hail
for
the
sure.
Almighty.
But speaking of prospects, Kasper Halttunen with a 3-point night, including a pair of goals in a 8-4 victory over, was it Erie?
Barrie, I think.
Or
It was
Barrie
like
Colts, excuse me. That's right. Sorry, they're very close in uniforms. My bad. But Halttunen with 2
One
goals,
has
I think,
an
in
otter,
5
one
minutes.
has a horseshoe.
They were navy, red, and yellow.
Leave Puckguy alone, Ian.
There's 11 billion OHL teams. My bad.
So I have a question for Ian. How is it cheering for all the teams you hate because all the Sharks prospects are on the teams you hate right now?
Worst. It's the fucking worst.
That's like my first opening
it's
question.
Absolutely terrible. I mean, it's fine because like they're not the Greyhounds aren't good this year anyway, so it's not like we're competing for anything this year. So it doesn't really like I kind of go to the game expecting them to lose and just kind of being like, well, at least I'm going to watch this prospect that I'm super excited about play. But yeah, no, like if the Sharks are listening, can you please stop fucking drafting London Knights and fucking Saginaw Spirit? Like,
dude, they might draft another Saginaw Spirit.
If they draft Michael Misa, that's fine. I have no issues with that pick. I think Michael Misa's fantastic. Michael Misa's fantastic. Anytime I've seen him, he has always been really good.
You know who else is good? Igor Chernyshov. Anyways, no,
yes,
Kasper. Kasper Halttunen is back at his shenaniganery, just with like bombs, basically. Just Kasper was loading up an assist there for a while, and I was like, did he forget how to shoot? Nope, he didn't. He's right back at it, boys. Just with clappers. I don't really take that much into account though, just because it is the O. And I'll say this with Chernyshov, it is the O. Like
no. I'm gonna slap back right now.
For Chernyshov or for Kasper?
Just about like what he's doing in the Ontario Hockey League, like even by Ontario Hockey League standards. Oh, I thought you were talking about
Halttunen. No. For Chernyshov, all is doing for even OHL standards. It's a little
is silly.
It's wild. Like you don't do that. I'm talking about Halttunen's just clappers from the point. Like I don't know how many of those will work in the NHL per se, but he does have a really good shot, and he is developing like other skills. Like I don't know if you saw the clip today. His defensive game has gotten better. He's blocking shots now. He's doing more of, I'm going to say this, playing the right way. I hate myself right now for that. So it's nice to see Halttunen get back on the score sheet. Regarding Chernyshov, I mean, the dude is putting up just monster. Like this isn't, and Lacey was like, he should be doing this because he played in the KHL basically against men last year. So he's basically just a child he's basically a man amongst children.
Yeah. I like Halttunen. I do have I have some questions about his skating. But I liked him when he was playing on the Barracuda to start the season before he got sent back to London. I was pretty happy with what I saw.
Yeah. Very physical. He's really physical. He's more physical than I thought he would be. I don't know if you got that same vibe, but he's not afraid to lay out a hit or take the body on someone. What I've noticed with Greerzy is he's drafted a few just power forwards that one of them should pan out. So either Halttunen, Chernyshov, or Musty, you're banking on one of those to pan out and develop into like a top-notch power forward for you. So we'll see what happens here. But Igor Chernyshov is monster.
He's good. He's been really good. I'm looking forward. I think I'm going to go see him at the end of next month, I believe.
Take photos. That sounds... You know what I mean?
Wow.
Not what I mean. That's not what I meant. Jesus Christ, guys. Okay, moving on.
So Ian, let me ask you, how does the OHL, and I guess for that matter, for the Western and the Quebec leagues work league-wise? I mean, I know each champion goes to the Memorial Cup, but for playoff-wise, because I already see that London, Windsor, and Kitchener have already clinched playoff spots.
Yeah, so So the Q, I'll start with the Q. The Q is the weird one of them all. The Q is 1 through 16. There's no division, there's no conference, whatever. The OHL, I believe, has a divisional or a conference 1 through 8 system, like a 1 through 8 conference system. And I'm gonna get Marty to tell me what the Western Hockey League does. I believe they do the same thing, but I will let Marty correct me if I'm wrong. The Q is the oddball because they do the 1 through 16.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm just curious just to see, like, and in Marty saying you're right. So
yeah,
the Q is 1 through 16, and then they do divisional and conference playoffs in the O and the dub. And it's crazy because, we haven't gotten to Valentine's Day and 3 teams have already clinched a playoff spot in the OHL. The whole point that I'm bringing this up is like Sudbury is 7th.
Yeah.
London, of course, is the top team, of course, in the league. And then Saginaw is 4th in the Western Conference right now. So if you're hoping for like a little kid boost for the CUDA, you might be waiting a little bit.
Yeah. Here's the thing with the thing with the OHL right now is that the conferences are not equal. The Western Conference is way better than the Eastern Conference. So Sudbury being where they are in the Eastern Conference is not fantastic. Because again, it's not a good conference. I think Barrie, like Oshawa's in there, and they're usually really good. Brantford's pretty good. Barrie's usually pretty good. But if you look at like the points percentage between like the teams in the East and the teams in the West, like it's silly. Like London's like has a fucking 0.83 points percentage. Like this team is so fucking stacked. Windsor always good, like perennially good, 7-4, and I think Kitchener has like a 7-4-5 or something silly like that. So
that's crazy.
Ian loves London, for those who don't know.
Man, they're the fucking Yankees of junior hockey. You either like, that's what they are. Like to me, that's what they're like, that team of junior hockey, right? And so you're either a fan of them or you absolutely hate them. And I would be in the category of you absolutely hate them.
Except when Halttunen and Dickinson are on the ice.
Oh
yeah,
God.
like I look at.
I'm pushing all the buttons.
It's fine, right? The thing with London is that like it's annoying. Like London's also annoying too because like a lot of people will kind of like finagle their way there. So you'll draft a guy and then he will like, and this won't have as much of an impact anymore, but you could draft a guy and then they'd be like, you know what, I'm probably going in the NCAA instead, right? And obviously that's a one-way trip, and so you end up like fucking trading the rights to London because London will throw you like usually something pretty decent for it, and then suddenly they don't want to go to college anymore. It's amazing how that works. So
they somehow send the 2032 second round pick or something like that,
right? Like, and it's
those trades in the OHL
like
are crazy.
Those guys, like, and it happens all the fucking time,
right?
Those OHL trades are like full, like 3 draft classes for one guy.
They've like if they've traded, they trade children like that aren't even born yet. Sometimes. Right.
That's my point. It's like 2030 something for the picks.
Like 2041 first round pick in exchange.
They trade children that aren't even born yet.
Well, let's hope
It's
Musty's
silly.
family is expecting soon, I guess. I mean, it's like what I mean, that's how it seems like at times, right?
Yeah, and Marty brought up a good point. I wonder how much that affected by they can't trade first in the O, and that is true. You cannot trade first round picks in the O.
Really?
Yeah. Not a lot.
Oh, interesting.
So here's a ton of seconds for unborn children. Great.
Yes, but you can trade a bunch of unborn children that are going to go in the second round.
That's a quote for the ages.
Oh my God. All right. And on that note, we'll wrap this one up.
I want final thoughts. Give us last words.
hang on, Jules. Oh my god! Obviously, her coffee's kicked in, folks. In case you missed anything when you watch this again,
12-year-olds. Sorry.
Oh, child labor. Okay, in case you missed anything, you know, watch this again. Check us out on tealtownusa.com or your favorite podcatcher, as you can see anywhere, Apple, Google, you name it. You love it. iHeart, Spotify, TuneIn, Amazon. If you're watching us on the YouTube channel, please kindly, we would love for you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That'll let you know when we do go on after every game of this tournament, with the exception of Saturday afternoon of Sweden and Finland. We won't be on until 4:30 for the watch party. We will recap that game.
Not even we care about that yet. So I mean,
wow.
I'm sorry.
So
being a jerk.
No, that's all right. Hey, speaking of which,
look,
hey,
I'm not the one that put it on it. Like,
hey, yeah, hockey jerk. Reply to my text, please.
Right.
Thank you. If you're watching.
Yes. Ian, your final thoughts on this evening?
You love snakes.
It was a good game. Yeah. Look at I like this tournament. I know it's goofy. I know it's like it's whatever, but like I'm all in on this thing, man. I was fascinated to see what this Team USA looked like, and I think it's so far obviously it's lived up to the hype. I'm super excited for this game on Saturday with Canada and the US. I think that it should be the best game of this whole thing. And I'm really looking forward to it, man. I am looking forward to watching the Finns and the Swedes play, as much as I just clowned on them.
Right. All right, Jules, have at it.
So I have a new invention. All right.
Oh no.
Instead of mouth guards, it's tiny chew toys, and the players can just chew on tiny chew toys instead of chewing on their mouth guards. Because at this point, it's just pointless. Anyways, besides that, no, I mean, listen, like Saturday, I don't want to be pinned anymore. Saturday's game is that's because you were opening your door. Okay.
Team USA, sponsored by Kong.
Who's got a good power play? Who's got a good power play?
Who's got a good power play? Squeak, squeak. Brought to you by Chew Toys. Anyways, what I was saying before Ian rudely derailed. I'm joking. No, listen. U.S. and Canada is going to be a bloodbath, and I can't wait. And tune in live to see our reactions, and we'll see how chaotic this gets for a 3.5. How long is 4-hour stream? 5 hours? We'll find out.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We might have some special guests. We're working on it.
Yes.
And go Sharks. Sure.
Wow,
we had all that energy for Chew Toys, and then.
Well, listen, I can only say so much about a game where the team got Finland got like just demolished towards the end of the game, and US steamrolled them in the third. Like this is giving Sharks vibes. You got to admit, right? So like, do we really want to go down that rabbit hole again? Or do we want to take a break from it?
I'm not nervous, Hank. I'm not nervous at all. It's all good.
Ian's really nervous.
I'm really not.
I am nervous about how the US is going to stop that top power play unit for Canada. Because that McDavid, McKinnon, McCarr, Crosby, Reinhardt seems terrifying.
Not to steal someone else's bit, but I know. Stay out of the penalty box.
Play the right way. US, if you're listening to me, if I can be your coach for the second, this is my one advice I'll give to you. Play the right way.
Okay.
And chew on your mouth guards.
I'm at Puckguy14 on the Twitter and the Instagram, Blue Sky, you name it, everything. She's at Sharks Jules. Ian's at Ian Blogs Hockey. We will be back with you Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time.
Brought to you by PetSmart.
For the recap of Sweden, Finland. We'll get you set for USA, Canada, and we'll watch USA, Canada together. It should be fun. Tell all your friends, please. We would love for this to be a huge
Tell
thing.
your enemies if you hate us.
And if you can tell your enemies too. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm sure the chat will be popping like crazy. So it'll be a fun one. It'll be a friendly rivalry.
Yeah,
I hope.
It's going
It'll
to be bloody.
And by the way, Jerry F, $2 super chat celebrating a USA win with my son. Thank you, Teal Town USA. I can't wait for you to have that on Saturday. And until then, thank you very much.
Fuck off.
US.
or how Elliot Freeman said, UMA. UMA versus find. I don't get that, but okay. Until then, keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real, Teal. Have a great night, everyone. We will see you Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Apparently, she's going to wear a mouth guard. Okay. For a USA Canada watch party. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Oh my God, calm down.